Hey, 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 it's so good to be with you. Man, it is great to be here. My name is Twan. I'm one of the student ministers here, and we are beginning a new series called Real Friends. Everybody say Real Friends. No, say it like you mean it. Real Friends. Excellent. All right. So what we're going to do, because I don't have a whole lot of time, so I really want to make sure that you guys get to your groups. And so we're going to start with a game. I've talked to some contestants, so if y'all come up here, and I've talked to some assistants. So if y'all come on up, make your play. I've got some contestants already. Where are they? They know who they are. There you go. There's one. There's Charlie right there. There's Catherine. Where's Brand? There she is. All right. I'll give them a round of applause. All right. We are about to get these, my friends here, this is Charlie, Catherine, and Brent, are about to play a game called Real or Fake. That's right, everybody, real or fake. And this is how the game is going to be played. They are going to be taste testing some foods, okay? There will be a name brand item and an off-brand item, a real item and a fake item, okay? And so what they will do, they will be put right in front of you, either on your right or your left, okay? There's going to be Coke or not so Coke. Oh, there's Frosted Flakes or not so Frosted Flakes. There's Doritos or not so Doritos, okay? And so we're going to see how good their palate is, be able to go, this is the real or this is the fake. And this is how you do it. You'll get just a few seconds to taste it. Do we have some milk for this man? Yeah, I think there's some milk back there. I got you, bro. I got you, man. He's like, I don't need milk. It'll be there if you want. You don't have to use it, all right? So, how's this gonna work is we're gonna play some music in just a minute. You're gonna taste them. Don't take too long, okay? There you go. Don't take too long, and when you think you've got it and music stops, you will designate which is the real, the true food by either raising your left hand, that's my left, I knew that. Left hand, okay, or your right hand. So if you think this is the real one, then you would raise your left hand. If you think the right one's the real one, you'd raise your right hand. You got it? Okay, and this is how you'll know. We have wonderful assistants behind you. Don't turn around. We have wonderful assistants behind you. And once you raise your hand, they will actually raise up whichever is the real. And if you raise up the same hand they do, you've won. And let me tell you, what do they win? What do they win? You will win. Well, let me back up. Everybody wins. Like, we've got leftover, we got extra chips, Coke, and that. So you all win that. Already winners, all right? But you can clap for that. That's okay. That's all right, yes. Okay? But if you guess right, then next week when you come back, concessions, $5 is on us, all right? Got it? All right, so hey, it's the real deal. You can feed an army with $5 at our concession. Okay, all right, you guys ready? Ready, set, go! Some intense music there. Oh, Catherine's just gone after it. Okay, Brentley's taking a little bite. Charlie's going, no way, I don't need any milk. I don't need milk messing me up. I just know. All right, you got like 5 seconds. You guys ready? All right, you can turn the music down. Okay, all right. How many think Charlie's gonna get it right? Just curious. Charlie's got some fans, all right. How many think Catherine's gonna get it right? Give her a laugh. What about Brand? What do you think? All right, ladies and gents, raise your hand. Which one do you think is the right one? Okay. All right. You sure? You don't want to change it? You good? I mean, I don't even know, so I'm just asking. Okay. All right. In the back, if you'd raise up the actual true. No! Turn around. Look. Everybody missed it. I cannot believe that. Hey, you know what? You can all have $5 next week anyway, just for being a part of it. Hey, give them all a round of applause. And if we can take these back, that'd be awesome. Oh, how many of you think you would have done it? Do you think you would have got it? Yeah, okay. I'm a Frosted Flakes guy, and if it was me, Frosted Flakes, I would have known, hands down, because that's my jam. All right, so y'all can come get a table too, thank you. Okay, so real or fake? We really everybody wants real friends. Nobody wants any friend that's kind of sort of a friend or close or an off-brand friend. We want somebody who's gonna be there, gonna be true, gonna be like in it, right? We want the real deal. So here's what I want us to do, because some of us have different ideas of what a real friend is. You're gonna take just like 20 seconds. You're gonna turn to your neighbor. Matter of fact, turn to your neighbor right now. Look at him, look at him. Person A, touch person B on the shoulder. Okay, person B, you will go first. You will have 10 seconds. Person A, you will go second, and you will answer, you'll fill in this blank. A real friend is, fill in the blank. Ready, set, go. You should have switched by now, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I want to hear what you guys have to say. On this side, I want to hear from you all. From this side. What did y'all say? What do you say what a real friend is? Somebody tell me. Just loyal. What else? Trustworthy. What? Honest. Okay. What about right here? Right in this section here. It's what? Trustworthy. I heard got your back right there. Right there. Just yell it. Compassionate. Okay. Use the big words there. That means they care. Loyal. Right. What about over here? What do y'all think? A good friend is a good person. Very nice. In this section. Doesn't gossip. We need to help these guys because Emily's the only one who answered over here with real friends. Okay. So listen. Those are all real good ideas about what real friends are, and all those are true. We're going to look at a passage of scripture in John chapter 13, verses 1 through 5. You've got your Bibles. You'll want to open up there, okay? If you don't, you can run back there and get it real quick, or you can just look at the screen because it'll be up here in a second. And while you're turning there, I want to give you the setup, okay? Jesus and his disciples, especially his close ones, his 12 apostles, they are in a room and they are celebrating a holiday called the Passover. Okay, it's a big deal for Jewish people. And they're celebrating this thing. And as they go in there, Jesus, while he's in there, he wants to show them how much he loves them by doing a certain act. And we're going to read about what that act is right now, okay? So here we go. In verse 1, go ahead and change that screen for me if you don't mind. This is what it reads. It says, before the Passover celebration, Jesus knew that his hour had come to leave the world and return to his Father. He loved his disciples during his ministry on earth, and now he loved them to the very end. Okay, so listen. Here's one thing that he knows. When it says his time has come, it doesn't mean like he's about to blow up and be famous. It means that he's about to die. That's a heavy deal. That's what he's wearing on his heart. He knows he is going to die soon, okay? And so he's loved his disciples, and he also knows, as we'll see in the next verse, that one of his 12, one of his close chosen ones named Judas, he's going to betray him, and Judas's betrayal will lead to his death. Got it? Okay? So let's look at the next passage there. It says, it was a time for the supper, and the devil had already prompted Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Now, Jesus knew that the Father had given him all authority over everything. Okay, that's a big phrase right there. He'd given him all authority over everything, and that he had come from God and would return to God. Okay, so I hope you're getting scenario. They've got this meal. Jesus knows he's going to die soon, and one of his buds, one of his peeps, one of his ride or die friends is going to betray him. That's going to lead to his death. Have you ever been at a meal where you had some sort of issue or tension with somebody else at the table? Yeah? It's at very least awkward, right? And many times it's like just tense. You know, you don't have to say a word. You just got the death stare. Right? Y'all know it? Now imagine, like, most of this is just over something like trivial, right? You know, oh, you wore my clothes, brother, sister, why did you do that? You're mad. This is like Jesus around the table, and you, Judas, you're going to betray me, and I'm going to die because of it. You got it? It's heavy, okay? And he knows, get this, he knows that he has all authority. Jesus knows Judas is going to betray him. He knows he's going to die because of that, and all authority. Now remember, when we say all authority, we mean all authority. He's the kind of guy who can be in a boat, wake up and say, be quiet, wind and waves, and they stop. When he says all authority, he means all authority. So he could say whatever. He could say, melt away. And Jesus would be like, and just melt away. You know what I mean? And so Jesus has all this authority. These are the things that he knows. And we'll go on next. Knowing all these things, this is what Jesus does. So he got up from the table, took out of his robes, out a garment, wrapped a towel around his waist, and he poured water into a basin. And then he began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with a towel that he had around him. Back to your lunch or your meal with the person you're angry at. They've done something to you. You are obviously in the right. Are you going to get up and serve them? If they say, like, pass the pepper or the salt, I'm going to be like, sure. You know what I mean? Right? Okay? But that's not what Jesus does. He knows all of this. He knows the whole situation at the table, but he decides he's going to get up and wash their feet. Now, you need to understand, they're not rolling in the latest kicks. They're not rolling in Nikes or whatever. It's not all covered up in socks and so forth. No, this is just sandals, and they're walking around. There's dust, dirt, you name it, animal stuff. Yeah, okay? It's all out there. And so when they get done walking, they come in the house, we got some nasty feet. I mean, feet are nasty to begin with, but after a long day of walking. So Jesus decides, instead of taking the highest place, which he is, he's the rabbi, he's the teacher, he's the one that all of them are following. Instead of taking the highest position, what he does is he decides he's going to serve them. Because they are his disciples, not only his disciples, but they are his friends. And he wants to show them how much he loves them. So take a look at this next slide. I want us to hear this. You may want to write this down. Real friends serve first. Real friends serve first. See, like most of the time, we are often waiting to see, like you walk into a room, you're new to a place, you're kind of walking in, kind of waiting to see if I'm going to find a friend here. Looking at, he looks kind of nice. Oh, I don't know about that person because they look kind of angry or sad or whatever the case may be. And we're kind of figuring out, kind of taking a look, inventory of what they're doing, right? Jesus doesn't do that with this room. He's not looking at everybody else, waiting for who's going to be a friend to him. He decides he is going to move and be a friend first. He is going to be compassionate, which was one of the words, and caring. Okay? Listen, I think, let's go on to the next screen if you don't mind. I think that we need to be a real friend before trying to find one. I'm going to say that again. We need to be a real friend before trying to find one. And many of us, I think, we're having trouble finding that real friend because none of us are stepping out first. So we're all kind of waiting for somebody to do the good friend thing and wondering who's going to be a good friend because nobody's doing it because we're all waiting for somebody to first step out. That's a big deal. Listen, Jesus is the ultimate standard for friendship. It was set by him as the ultimate standard. Matter of fact, a couple chapters later, for him may have been just a few minutes later, he says this in John chapter 15, and Emily read it earlier at the beginning. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for a friend. No greater love than that. You can't give more than that. All the stuff that you have, you gave all your stuff. That wouldn't be more than someone laying their life down for you. And that is exactly what Jesus does. If you're new to this whole, I've just been coming to this thing because my friend invited me and I'm kind of checking out Jesus and so forth, let me stop down real quick and say this. Jesus loved you enough to die for you. He died for you, he died for me, and all the sin and mistakes that keep us away from the Lord and will eventually lead to our death, he took. And he offers his friendship, his love to us. In a little bit, you're going to talk about that in your groups. But I'm going to call the band up because they're about to lead us in a song that I think really helps us to understand what Jesus' friendship looks like and what it means to really go ahead and step out first, because it's vulnerable to be a friend first. You don't know how people are going to respond. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know whether they're going to be like, oh, sweet, man, great to see you. What's up? What's your name? New handshake. You don't know how that's going to go. You don't know if they're going to be like, whatevs. I've got my party. I've got my team. You're not part of it. So what? Jesus shows us that go ahead and be the first one out because God blesses that. And here's the lyrics from the song that we're about to sing. He says, before I spoke a word, before I said anything, you were singing over me. Before I took a breath in, you breathed your life in me. When I was your foe, when I was fighting you, you fought for me. When I felt no worth, when I felt absolutely worthless, you paid the price for me. There's no mountain you won't climb up, no shadow you won't light up, no wall you won't kick down, no lie you won't tear down, chasing after me. Are you getting a picture of what being a friend means to Jesus? And then we sing that chorus because of all the things that we've heard and know about Jesus. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. It's reckless. He knows it's vulnerable. He knows he might get hurt, but he's doing it anyway because he loves. I couldn't earn it. I don't deserve it, but still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Let's stand together as we're led in worship.